Hi there, welcome back to another Delphox Cards video. And this video is where I'm going to be beginning my start to my card collection of basketball. I've done all my football, did some of my nerd cards, and now we're going to cook into the basketball. So if you have not had a moment to watch those, you can go. I made a playlist of all my card videos, and I'll keep adding them into that playlist so you can just cook right through them if you're curious what's he got in his collection. That's what this whole channel has basically been so far, and I'm going to be adding other things in there, continuing to grow it. But yeah, I'm going to go with the basketball cards here today, and we'll just see what I got. So how I'm going to do it is I have 2 books per position, and then I have a My Guys book, my top 4, which is random, but I could only think of my favorite 4 to put in that book. So the top 4 will be my last book. And today I'm going to start with my Point Guards 1 book. So these would be what I consider my favorite / best. And you might look at the Point Guards 2 and go, why is that really good player in there? No rhyme or reason. It's just my brain. So here we go. Sometimes I put it like my favorite players first. Sometimes I put the best players first. In this case, I put what I think to be one of the best point guards of all time, which is Magic Johnson. So we've got Magic Johnson here to the start. I like this jousting card. This one is really cool, this Panini. Put a few Magic cards here and get into some of his old stuff right away. These I kind of cooked through. I know some people like them, but not my favorite. I like this one. The old stuff is okay. They just didn't try super hard with it, I think. Or maybe this is just all they knew, but man, I'm glad I'm a collector nowadays. This is a really cool, this Fearless. I don't know if you can see the sheen on that. There you go. NBA Finals. There was a show that came out not too long ago about the Lakers, and they since canceled it, which was sad because I thought it was really good. But it gave me a nice little insight into Magic Johnson. Not that it was accurate, but it was fun show. And then we got some more. We got some winter stays there. We got some more of amazing players here. We got Steph Curry, which I will be honest, it's like Kobe, where he's never been a player that I love. Ooh, got a little Brook Lopez sighting. But I will acknowledge that, yes, is he the best player of the last 10 years outside of LeBron? Yes, not to get too opinionated on here. I love these hard cards, by the way. A lot of good Steph Curry cards in my collection. I love this one. It's very easy for me to collect them. I put Luka up top. I really like Luka. This is a cool card, this rookie. But I really like Luka, a couple of rookies there. I think he's an awesome up-and-coming player. I think it's when, not if, he's going to get a championship. But I might come back to this video years from now and go, what were you thinking? He never amounted. You never know. But I think he's a good player. One of the most hated players of his generation. We got Zeke, or Isaiah Thomas. So a lot of nice cards in this part here. This is a cool chrome. Winter Stays. This got Lambeer and Dumars. So really cool there. That green prism is really nice. Some older Zeke cards. And yeah, I mean, left off the Dream Team. Most people know the story, but just was not a beloved player. But on the Bad Boys, I think he's a great player. I actually had his jersey when I was a kid, so I didn't have his jersey, sorry. I had Grant Hill's, but it kind of made me always like the Pistons, having that. And I kind of like that Bad Boys one. John Stockton, the assist king. Hard not to like John Stockton. A lot of people like to hate on him these days. Like, oh, he's basically playing plumber as Michael Jordan. It's like, no. John Stockton was incredible. There's a reason the Jazz go to the finals. So it's hard to make it to the finals, and they did it 2 times in a row. And he's a legend, I think, pretty much undisputedly. You know, some people these days are getting that we're done with the 90s, and I don't know. I really love 90s basketball. Look at that card. I don't know if you could see it, but that's cool there too. I am not done with the 90s. The 90s is one of my favorite eras. Stockton and Steve, the franchise. I like that. Typically when I get like a dual player card, I always go with the guy that either I like better or that I think is better in general. Now I do like Steve Francis quite a bit, but Stockton obviously being the better player. These are cool, these old Fleer cards. A lot of Stockton in here. And I would say because I inherited most of these from my dad, so some of these I bought myself, but most I'd say my dad gave to me. He had a decent NBA collection for that era. And let me have them. There's a little Penny Hardaway sighting there. Then you get, and I made this book before he was traded to the Bucks, so that just goes to show you how highly I thought of Dame. He's one of my favorite players of this generation. And then he became a Milwaukee Buck. I will not forget the day I saw that news. I am a big Dame Lillard fan. I'd say my top two players always, even when he was a Trailblazer, were Giannis and Dame. Giannis and Dame. I have a Dame Portland jersey. I got the Dame Bucks jersey now, but I was so stoked when he became a Milwaukee Buck. My wife actually brought me to see a game for my birthday, my 30th birthday last year. That was really fun. So there's some more Dame cards there. We've got this really cool license plate one. The Select, the Aficionado. I mean, Damian Lillard is just a cool player. He is a fun player to watch, especially back when he was hitting those 45-foot threes or whatever they were. I probably just said a stupid number there, but they were deep in those playoff runs. And I like to collect him a lot, actually. Here's another cool one up there. This King of Cards. I will always take a King of Cards card, football or basketball. Steve Nash. Steve Nash I really respect. He was one of the best players growing up. Always. A couple MVPs. That's a sweet one. The reigning. Yeah, he just never really got over the hump. But, oh, there are these cool on the bottom there. Well, kind of forgot about him. And this is kind of why I wanted to make these book series in general. Is like I don't get to always look through these. I don't make enough effort to just peek through and enjoy my collection, and this is a fun way to do it. So lots of good ones here. I like this one up here. That one's really cool. We've got some J Kidd. That's a really fun Jason Kidd down there. Jason Kidd did get to go to some finals and eventually win one with Dirk Nowitzki and the boys, but J Kidd, incredible ball player. Not an incredible Bucks basketball coach, that I will say. This is a fun card up here. I like looking for basketball when I go to the Nationals. Some Suns J Kidd, because you can find so many basketball cards for cheap. But a lot of Jason Kidd in this book here. We get to another guy that I really like, Penny Hardaway. Now, this is the one. I had his jersey from a garage sale, him and Grant Hill. And I've always liked Penny. Little Penny. Penny Hardaway was one of those players where you're like, if only, right? If only no injuries, if Shaq stays, does he cement himself as a top player ever? Maybe not, maybe. So a lot of cool cards here, but Penny Hardaway is a beast, was a beast. Every 2K that I get, he makes it on my, I always do like Legends drafts on there after I get kind of through all the game modes, and he always seems to make his way onto my teams because of his height. This is a really cool Penny up on top there. Some Ja Morant. Just got a couple new Ja Morants. I'm hopeful for his season that he comes back, keeps his head straight on. He's a fun player. Some Russell. I really like Russell. I know what Russell is. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy what he was. He is a fun player to watch, and that's kind of where I still to this day, because you just don't know what the guy's going to do. Yeah, I mean, is he a guy that takes your team over the hump? I think he's been dealt some things. I think a lot's pinned on him in those Durant Thunder years that maybe shouldn't be, but great player nonetheless. Got Gary Payton, the glove. One of the best defensive players of this era. Maybe ever. He was awesome. I love these. Anytime I find these, I buy them. Fleer Metals, of course, are amazing. That's just 90s goodness right there. I got a lot of Gary Payton here. And I remember Gary Payton on the Bucks. There's Gary Payton on the Sonics. Lakers. I think he was on the Heat. Tail end of his career. So Gary Payton, phenomenal player. We get to a guy that I really would like to put higher up in my book. I know that he's in the realm of like, how do I put this? In the realm of Hall of Fame careers, he's probably a B, but I love, love, love Chauncey Billups. Anytime I see his cards, I scoop them up at places, at shows, at whatever. I love Chauncey Billups. I'll have to rank my favorite teams ever. The 04 Pistons, if they are not number one, then they're number two. You know, they're just one of my favorite teams ever. Love that team. To death. No, I'm just kidding. But I love it. I do love the team. Got an empty page here for some reason. I like De'Aaron Fox. Somebody just asked me, my friend Clay just asked me, who's a player you like today? I really like De'Aaron Fox. I like the Kings. I'm hopeful. Look at that cool optic. Clay, if you're watching, shout out. Rookie De'Aaron. Another rookie De'Aaron. No, that's not a rookie De'Aaron. Really cool. But, yeah, I got to give him a shout out. He likes collecting MLB and NBA and I think a little football. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but big college football guy. So, some CP0 rings. I watch this guy on TikTok. He always calls them CP0 rings. I find that very funny. He's good. I'm not the biggest Chris Paul fan. I think he falls in that Kobe category for me, where I respect him, but not super loving. I always like the ball players in LaMelo and Lonzo. So I got LaMelo here. So yeah, that would be book number 1. And like, just because I call it book number 2, that does not mean that there's not a lot of awesome players in there to look forward to. So if you've been tracking these, come back for part 2 of the Point Guard series. And as always, may God bless you this weekend and week, and have a good one.